Newsroom, I'm Dave Price. Our next update.
1:30. Just ahead, more stimulating talk from the O'Charlie's Digital Studios. $9.99 menu, 9 great meals, 1 great price. O'Charlie's.
Join Ty Higgins from the Ohio Agricultural Network on the Elder Ag and Farm Report weekdays at 6:25 a.m. on 570 WKVN. Learn the best techniques for crop management as well as new products and equipment. It's the Elder Ag and Turf Farm Report weekday mornings on 570 WKVN.
Hi, this is Eric Clark at Fairway Ford in Canfield. Trucks, that's what we're all about at Fairway. With over 300 F-150s and Super Duties available, it's no wonder Fairway is the #1 F-150 dealer in the entire region, including Ohio and Pennsylvania. We have Limiteds, Platinums, Lariats, King Ranches, XLTs, and STXs, all on sale at your Ford truck headquarters and top dollar for your trade-in. Visit us at fairwayfordohio.com or 330-533-FORD. Fairway, that's the way we do business.
When you see 570 WKVN broadcasting live around the valley, stop by and spin the Pizza Hut prize wheel for a chance to win prizes. All day, every day, 2 pizzas, $5.99 each with 2 toppings each. No one out delivers the Hut. No one out pizzas the Hut.
If you haven't stopped by Altier's Home and Garden, what are you waiting for? You're missing out on gorgeous patio pots and hanging baskets filled with a variety of colorful annuals. Perennials that bloom year after year, a wide selection of fresh herbs that will transform an ordinary meal into an extraordinary meal, and patio accessories that will make you the envy of the neighborhood. So quit procrastinating and head to Altier's Home and Garden on South Avenue, near McClurg and Western Reserve Road.
Hi, Joe Flynn here, and I'm hitting the road with Flinny for some summer fun.
Before I hit the road to anywhere, I'm taking the car to Flynn's first.
That's a great idea, Flinny. Before you hit the road, get a free tire check at any Flynn's Tire and Auto Service location.
And what about mechanical repairs and service?
Get a free safety check on your vehicle with any purchase, and go to flynnstire.com for service coupons.
I think all our friends would like to know about that.
Go ahead and tell them, Flinny.
Be sure to get your tires and auto service at Flynn's, where the advertised tire price is the entire price. And tell them Flinny sent you.
Join us every Tuesday evening at 6 for the Two-Wheel Power Hour Motorcycle Show on 570 WKBN. Need a furnace and AC checkup? Call Massa Heating and Cooling in Girard, your factory-authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
Skies will become partly sunny today with the small risk for an isolated shower or sprinkle. Temperatures will climb into the upper 70s. Expect partly cloudy and quiet conditions tonight with temperatures dropping back into the upper 50s. In the Storm Team 27 Weather Center, I'm Alex George.
Temperature 69.
All right, welcome everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer, and we get to do this show on Saturdays. We get to talk about things that are happening in the tech world. I'm also here in case you have some questions about your technology and the things that you're working with. You can pick my brain here while we're together. Purpose of the show, sort of we collaborate. We all sort of participate in the conversation. You bring some situations to light. We talk about them. And then there are hundreds of other people, maybe thousands of other people who would benefit from those questions and those situations, because we all have been there. I mean, you think about the day you started using a computer until now, you know, you've run into a lot of different situations. And the first time you ran into those situations, it was confusing and it was a little stressful, and you probably burned a lot of daylight trying to figure these things out yourself. And then as you became a better user, more proficient user, you understood a little bit more of the theory that goes behind most of this stuff. And then you become good at troubleshooting it because you understand how these things function. And then so when someone asks a question about a router, I'm not interested in just saying, okay, memorize this exact situation so that we can help other people. Then we talk a little bit about routers and see if we can figure out and teach you a little bit about how routers operate. And, you know, that way you can put it on the device and know that it's, you know, it's just not a magical box that works on its own. You know how it functions, what its roles are, and that way you become even a better troubleshooter the next time around, because these experiences kind of build us all up. Second part of it is that we all become less intimidated by this when we talk about it openly, and we know that it's not, you know, we don't have these biases where we're angry at these devices because we don't understand them. We take that intimidation away, then you're more likely to get more stuff done and trust in this stuff and go a little bit further instead of just getting mad at it and swearing off of it. We've had people call the show before and say, "I'm so fed up with this technology stuff. I was giving it a shot, but I'm going to throw this thing out the window." And we've all been there. We've all had our out the window kind of moments. And so this show has been really great for everybody involved. I've learned a ton. We've connected with some great fans of the show and audience members who listen religiously. And, some of them just like being connected to the tech world, and this is their way. Some of them, help me out here. And when we hear a question that I don't know the answer to, they text us or they email us or they even call. So our audience is great, very intelligent. I mean, these Saturday shows are amazing because not only do you get the expert behind the microphone, but you get an audience that's listened to them for years and years and years. So think of this as like a public domain university where we get smart people, we put them in a room and we make them talk for a little while, and you just have no choice but to pick something up along the way. Even if it's like your first day on the job, you pick something up because you're just close enough to hear the conversations. And we don't do a whole lot of acronyms or try to make it so you can't understand. It's the opposite. Okay, you probably find that there are we take some of the tech speak out of it on purpose. So when we talk about it, you learn it as a concept, not how they refer to it in industry. So I'm not teaching you how to be good in the industry because they're going to want to use the acronyms and, because they know it already. This is where we, like I said, we backpedal a little bit, we slow it down a little bit, and then everybody in the audience, whether or not it's your first day or your 700th day, we all learn together. And that's sort of the agreement we have with everybody. There's nobody that's stupid out there. There's nobody on your first day that, you're going to feel intimidated by this show because, that's the purpose of it. I want first day people to go to the front of the line and ask your question. Even if you think it's dumb, I'm not going to approach it as if it's dumb. Okay, so if that's your deal, call up and ask your question. 330-729-9977. Let's take a phone call. Elroy's out there. Elroy, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Yeah, I called before, but this is a big boo-boo. I did it.
All right, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, the 7-inch screen, it can't be replaced. I cracked it, and it looks bad, but I still use it. It works perfect. Never had a problem with it since I did it. I ain't going to tell you how I did it because I don't want to be that stupid.
Okay, all right.
But what can it be replaced?
And you said this is a laptop?
No, it's a tablet.
Oh, a tablet.
7-inch Samsung.
Yes. So there are some repair companies in our area, and they are quite good at doing it. Now, tablets are a bear. And so I would probably take it. There's a place up in Boardman on 224. I can't mention the name, but it's up there. They specialize in screen repair, and they do it pretty cheap. I think the ones that they struggle with are the iPads. So I think the Samsungs they can do pretty easily, but I would check with them. I would say you're going to probably drop about $150 maybe on it. I can't tell you specifically, but I'd give them a call.
Okay, $300 I paid for it. So
yeah, it's a rough one. It really is. You're paying half the value of the tablet to have the screen repaired.
Okay. Now that can be done.
It can be done. Yep.
Well, I want to spend $150 to fix it, huh?
Well, don't take my word for it. It might be cheaper than that. I'd at least call them and see if they can give you a quote.
Yeah, I can still use it. The cracks are very fine, not big, not across the screen, just corners and just some. Okay, well, I don't know. I got to find out whether I want to spend the money on it.
There you go. All right, Elroy, thanks for the phone call. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, take care. And I will tell you guys this. I don't care if it's. Can't get rid of that. There it goes. So I don't care if it's these things are made of glass. So if they're dropped or if they're squished or whatever, they're going to crack. I mean, it's a physics thing. They do make some of these Samsung phones out of Gorilla Glass, which where it's not going to scratch. I mean, you're still dealing with something that it can go wrong. So the best thing that I can recommend is having some kind of protector on there. I had my iPhone without a protector for the longest time, and it was dumb. And then I did get a protector, and I swear by it, and I still dropped it with a protector, and I even had it break once. But you really want to give it I mean, these are $1,000 machines sometimes, and you don't want to, you don't want the screen to be cracked. And I know a lot of people go around with their screen cracked, and they don't pay it, and it's so annoying to operate on a cracked screen. Right? I'll tell you from my standpoint, so I'm just trying to show you a picture, and it looks like they're showing you a picture of a spider web. Right? So get those screens fixed. Anyway, 330-729-9977. Let's go to Gloria next. Gloria, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Yes, I wonder if you and your shop have had any experience with the latest update from Microsoft that wipes out your computer and what we can do about it.
All right, so that is the April update, and they force this update on you every April. It's going to happen once a year, and it's going to be big, and it's always going to happen in April, and you can't not do it. Okay, it's forced on you. So what you want to do, knowing when it comes along, you're going to want to get a backup, an image backup of your computer, so that if it goes wrong, then you can restore it back before the update was done. Now, if it happens and you lose your profile, if you can get it to like a Youngstown computer, or somebody does computers, they can usually recover some of the stuff, because I don't think it overwrites it. I think there's going to be a folder on there that we can drag it out of, or at least recover some of the data if it does get deleted.
Can't even turn it on.
Oh, really? It's okay. All right. Yeah, I'd have someone take a look at it. If it broke it from that level, the data's probably still sitting on there, but the operating system's in an unbootable state. Got to get it booting, and then your stuff will probably be there.
Are they responsible for that at all?
Nope, not at all. When we do that user agreement, when it gets installed or you turn on your computer for the first time, it says, hey, there's no expressed warranty on anything.
Wow. I mean, it doesn't do it to everyone's, but boy.
Yeah, I would say it creates a lot of business for places like Youngstown Computer. I mean, I'm telling you, every April we probably get about 2 a week of somebody that it happens to like that. So I'm sorry that happened to you, but it's part of the gig. Just make sure you back up in April.
How do you take a screen image?
A screen image?
What you're saying?
A disk image. Okay, so you want to take a drive, like an external drive or a flash drive, and you want to back up to that external drive. Okay, you could just use the regular Windows backup. You don't even have to use anything funky. You could just plug it in the search bar, type in backup, and then tell it that you'd like to take an image. And then basically what it does, it takes a snapshot of what your computer looks like in that moment and moves it to the external drive. And that way, if something goes wrong, you plug that back in and you can do a restore back and replace it.
Even your programs and everything that.
Oh, it does the whole thing. It's a snapshot. So literally everything as it is right there will be back if you run that image backup.
Like I have embroidery software programs. Those will restore them too?
Yep, absolutely. As it is exactly how it is.
How big of a flash drive do you have to do that?
You just at least have to have the size of the hard drive. So if you have a 500 gig drive, you want to make sure that you have like a terabyte. So make it bigger than whatever the internal drive is, or at least the data that's consumed. So if you're only using 100 gigs, 500 gig drive will be plenty.
So if I go to my computer and see how much is used.
Yep. Just make sure it's bigger.
Do that.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Gloria. Appreciate it. And so what this works, when I say image, I mean, there's different types of backups, but an image, you got to, when I say snapshot, it is looking at literally what data, what programs, the whole system state is in that moment. So what we'll do is maybe once a month, we'll take an image state backup, right? How it looks like on that day. Now, granted, when you replace that, it goes back to looking exactly like it did on that date that you took the snapshot. So anything since the snapshot, if it was important, it's not going to be there. So you want to make sure first that you have, let's just say you use Carbonite or Mosey or some kind of cloud backup. Well, all your data and your pictures and your music and all that kind of stuff's up on Mosey. So then what you can do is restore your system image back, get it back to what it was, the beginning of the month, and then you can go out to Mosey or Carbonite and bring that stuff down. So at least once a month, get a full system backup that you can go back to. And again, you're only going to go back, you're going to restore back there, so you're just going to need about 30 days worth of data or someplace to put 30 days worth of data. That's one of the most perfect situations, because you can't do a full system state when you're using the cloud. So you use your local drive to do the system state, and then once you do it, you keep it unplugged. You don't have to keep doing those backups, and then use some kind of automated system that's going to push the other stuff out to the internet, and then you know what to do when that's happened. Now, in her case, it wasn't bootable, so it might be a reload, right? And then during the reload, then you have to do the system restore, and then it'll bring it back. But you'll always be able to use that backup. So even if you reload it, get back to Windows, plug in that system restore it back, now you're good to go, and your stuff's all back. So 729-9977. Let's go to Denny next. Denny, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Hi, Joe. I've heard you talk about TV questions from time to time. You still taking those?
Say that again?
I've heard you talk about TV questions
TV.
from time to time. You still entertaining those?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This week I had my first experience with trying to get over-the-air TV.
Yeah.
And I had various opinions thrown at me about how to do this. I ultimately bought a small 19-inch TV for the kitchen counter and one of the inexpensive plug-in type antennas to get over-the-air broadcasts. The question is, I asked about getting stations in a range of areas, and at the big box store they offered 3 different variations of the inside antenna with varying mileages, supposedly that it could cover. According to one source, they said just buy the least expensive one because the signal is coming from the antenna. They supply all the power. From the broadcaster, rather. They supply all the power, so it doesn't matter how expensive the antenna is. You're not going to get further coverage for more dollars. And the other party said, no, there's definitely something to it, but you're not likely to get as much coverage as is stated on the box. Do you have any experience with that kind of thing?
Yeah, and they design these antennas for the range that you're looking to accomplish. And the ones that I buy are the small ones you look to get up to about 40 miles from where it's set up. So you'll get all of the Youngstown channels, and Cleveland and Pittsburgh are going to be fringe, so you probably aren't going to get Cleveland and Pittsburgh. They make one above that is sort of the 90-mile range, which if you're looking for Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Youngstown, that's the one that you want to go after. Now, our area, it's very, sometimes you're in a valley, sometimes you're, up a little bit higher. There are different areas that do better at different elevations. So the one that I purchased, the long-distance one, I set that sucker in my basement, and I got 70 channels.
Oh, my.
Okay, so, and a lot of them were, duplicates, but I got way more than I was expecting. Denny, can I hold you over after the break?
Yes.
All right, I want to talk to you a little bit longer about this, too. But the deal is 2 versions, 40 and 90, and you can hit those markets. All right, 330-729-9977. We're going to take this break. We're going to talk a little bit more about TVs. I want to talk about cutting the cable, too. So you're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
New to Medicare and need help understanding your options? The Ohio Department of Insurance will help. Join us at a free Welcome to Medicare event in your area. Find help near you. Visit insurance.ohio.gov or call 1-800-686-1578.
For over 40 years, Bronx RV has been a family-owned and operated local business. If you're looking to go camping in the great outdoors or you're just wanting a home away from home, Bronx RV has a great selection of new and used RVs. Bronx RV provides simple yet competitive pricing and offers a full parts and service department. Bronx RV pays top dollar for trade-ins and gives you the freedom to browse at their location on Route 45, just 4 miles north of Salem. Go to Bronx.com today to check out their inventory.
From America's best-selling automobile to the world's toughest trucks, there's a reason why customers are driving from Youngstown, Boardman, Austintown, Hermitage, even Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So come and find out for yourself at our all-new state-of-the-art facility on Route 46. See you at Toyota of Warren.
The legendary frontman of The Who, Roger Daltrey, is back and ready to rock with his brand new studio album, As Long as I Have You, featuring guitar by Pete Townsend. Available now.
Sellout crowd of 35,000.
This is more than a walk-up.
Here's Frankie Lindor batting right-handed.
This is stepping up to the challenge.
Now the pitch to Ramirez.
This is more than a hit. This is perseverance paying off.
Swung on and hammered. Away, back goal.
This is more than a ballpark. This is a city coming together.
Snag a duffel bag courtesy of Shears at the Tuesday, June 5th game. Tickets are available at Indians.com.
A paranormal evening with Alice Cooper.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Alice Cooper, live in concert.
Saturday, October 27th, Packard Music Hall.
Welcome to my night.
The new album, Paranormal, is out now.
Tickets on sale now at the box office or Ticketmaster.com. Produced by JAC Live.
Alice Cooper, live.
Thinking of taking a summer vacation this year? Why not vacation in your own backyard? Drag out the lawn chairs or lay out the blankets. Have no problems with crowded beaches, messy sand, or long lines. When you buy a Radiant pool from Burnett Pools, it turns your backyard into a little piece of paradise, and it can be used year after year. Radiant pools feature the same technology used to build airplanes and aircrafts. It's the only above-ground pool with a lifetime warranty against winter damage and is insulated with 2-inch thick foam. The incredible Radiant pool. Enjoy 5 to 10 degrees warmer water than any other pool you can install in your backyard. This exclusive technology is available only at Burnett Pools in Cortland, Canfield, and Newcastle. And as a special bonus, how does 0% APR for 60 months sound? Visit BurnettPools.com or one of our convenient locations in Cortland, Canfield, or Newcastle. Enjoy 5 to 10 degrees warmer water with a Radiant pool and 0% APR for 60 months.
Burnett Pools, we've got it all.
Great planting beds start with fresh mulch from Altier's Home and Garden Center. Start with Altier's very popular natural double shredded brown mulch or their color enhanced double shredded mulch in black, brown, and red tones. All can be enhanced with any of Altier's decorative stone. And don't forget the play area. Altier's has playground mulch. Remember too, at Altier's, haul the mulch yourself or ask about same-day delivery. Call today, get it today. Altier's Home and Garden Center, South Avenue at the corner of McClurg Road in Boardman.
We're just a few short months away from full-scale marijuana legalization across the entire Canadian country. That's right, Canada is ending their war on cannabis. And that means that very soon, dozens of tiny U.S.-based marijuana firm stocks, those that trade for just pennies today, could skyrocket by 100%, 300%, 500%, or higher. This is your chance to turn a single $50 bill into an absolute fortune. But you need to get in ASAP, according to Agora Financial. Share prices are expected to begin soaring this summer. As CNBC explains, now is the right time to bet big on marijuana, as the industry is poised to be gigantic. And Forbes is touting that hundreds of millions of dollars are pouring in. Check out Agora Financial's analysis at ProfitFromPot.com to find out how you can legally stake a claim in the best of the best that this industry has to offer. That's ProfitFromPot.com. ProfitFromPot.com. Go now. If you don't, you'll probably regret it for the rest of your life.
How can you extend your life by 6 years? Getting the right form of vitamin C. Most doctors don't look at our vitamin C levels. Walking around tired or just not feeling right? Listen Sunday morning at 8:30 to world-renowned Dr. Michael Pincus give valuable information. This Sunday at 8:30 a.m.
Temperature 69.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. Before the break here, we were talking to Denny. I wanted to ask a couple questions to him, so I kept him on. So, Denny, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, couple questions. So, did you cut the cable? Do you still pay your cable provider?
Yes, I do. The idea for this TV I was telling you about was to try to eliminate purchasing an additional cable box.
Okay.
So that was accomplished. I took the experiment with the lowest priced antenna, got the local stations that I was after for that particular TV, and so that's okay for me. And we live in a bowl here at the bottom of the bowl, so we're not going to have the same experience as somebody who's up elevation-wise, I don't think, in terms of getting the stations that, in Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Certainly not without spending the more money for the more expensive antenna.
Right. Yeah, you're fighting a different thing, geography, and so yeah, I would in your case, if you can do it. I mean, there's a guy up in Warren that we've been meaning to have on the show that does sort of like the mast antennas. You mount them on the outside of your house, and it's up the pole and whatever. Those are amazing. I mean, those got range because you've got some elevation on it. So check in with us after you've done this experiment and let us know how it goes.
One other question along those same lines, maybe you can answer. The other way to try to eliminate cable boxes, I was told by the cable company, is to buy Roku and then download the company's app and then somehow blend that together. Have you had any experience with that kind of thing?
Well, I've tried them all, and we went through the whole cut the cable thing, and we don't have a set-top box at all. And so we get all of our stuff. You get over-the-air for the Fox, NBC, CBS, and ABC, and then we use Sling TV to get everything else. And so really, with Sling TV, the one that we ended up with, we still needed Hulu for something. And so every once in a while, we'll have to go out there and purchase something that's not on our normal thing. But yeah, we watch all the TV that anybody else does. And I think we pay $60 a month for Sling TV, and then the rest is over the air. So we cut our cable bill from $200 plus down to $60.
Oh, well, good for you. And by doing that, were you able to get the local affiliates of ABC, CBS, and NBC?
Exactly. Yep. And that was the over the air. So I had to buy an antenna for each TV. So, $30 a piece for that. But yeah, that paid for itself in the first month.
Okay, very good. All right, well, thanks for your help.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate the phone call, Denny. And see, what we're hoping for in the future is that when we decentralize it so that we don't have one source to buy all of our stuff from, you get some competition, and then service gets better everywhere. Short term, Spectrum hurts and Armstrong hurts because you got a little competition. But think about it. You've got more studios that are producing content. You got different ways of distributing that content. You open it up to a new world and you change that marketplace. The marketplace the studios and the people who are doing the old school stuff, they hate it because it's changed. But consumers, it's amazing for us. So if enough of us entertain it and see how it works out, some great things could come down the pike. All right, we're going to take a break. Come back, take some more of your phone calls. 330-729-9977. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
Here's what's happening in the Valley. The FBI and the Boardman police are investigating a robbery of Citizens Bank on Boardman Poland Road yesterday afternoon. Investigators say a man armed with a handgun took money from a teller and a customer and ran west on Boardman Poland Road. The robber, described as a light-skinned black man, approximately 6'1", 215 pounds, in his late 20s to early 30s, wearing possibly a red Cleveland Cavaliers hat, red shirt, and blue jean shorts. Those with information are asked to contact 330-726-4144. In Mesopotamia, one person is dead after a crash between a logging truck and an SUV. 27 First News says it happened about 6 p.m. last night at the intersections of State Route 534 and State Route 87. The log truck collided with the SUV after the SUV began driving through the intersection. A female passenger is confirmed dead. The driver is in critical condition. The log truck driver was not injured. From the all-new Power Chevrolet Buick GMC newsroom, I'm Dave Price.
Our next update at 2.
This is Dave Johnson, owner of the historic Spread Eagle Tavern and Inn of Hanoverton, Ohio. If you're looking for that special occasion dining experience, then the Spread Eagle Tavern is the place for you. I would like to personally invite you to the Spread Eagle, a place that takes you back in time with period antiques, white linen tablecloth, and a gourmet dining experience that is second to none. Reservations are recommended 330-223-1583. I hope I see you there soon.
The hometown advantage. You see it in the shops and offices downtown, in our factories, schools, and farms. Jet the accountant has it. So do Corey in IT and Amber, the vet tech. They found local jobs at MahoningValleyHelpWanted.com. It's where local employers find local workers like you, people who care about this community. Search jobs and apply online right now. Get the advantage of finding a job close to home at MahoningValleyHelpWanted.com. Local jobs that work.
Hey guys, what puts a bigger smile on your face than driving around in a clean, older four-wheel drive truck? Imagine pulling into the hardware store in that lifted 85 Chevy K20, or getting all the thumbs up driving down the road in that 76 F-250 Highboy. This is Joe Fire from Fireball Motors. We sell those trucks. We specialize in non-rusty West Coast trucks from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s that are under 10 grand. We are located on Route 422, just an eighth mile from the PA border, or online at fireballtrucks.com. And remember, Fireball means four-wheel drive.
Belmont Eye Clinic has your tickets to Cirque du Soleil Crystal at Covelli Center. Stop by and enter today. No purchase necessary, must be 18 years or older. Belmont Eye Clinic, 2 great locations. Westford Center on Route 224 in Canfield or Belmont Avenue in Liberty.
If you haven't stopped by Altiers Home and Garden, what are you waiting for? You're missing out on gorgeous patio pots and hanging baskets filled with a variety of colorful annuals. Perennials that bloom year after year, a wide selection of fresh herbs that will transform an ordinary meal into an extraordinary meal, and patio accessories that will make you the envy of the neighborhood. So quit procrastinating and head to Altiers Home and Garden on South Avenue, near McClurg and Western Reserve Road.
From America's best-selling automobile to the world's toughest trucks, there's a reason why customers are driving from Youngstown, Boardman, Austintown, Hermitage, even Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So come and find out for yourself at our all-new state-of-the-art facility on Route 46. See you at Toyota of Warren.
Are you putting your retirement savings in a 401k, IRA, or investment account? Then I have one word of advice. Stop. Many experts warn of a stock market crash any day now. And if it's anything like the last two crashes, you could lose 50% or more of your hard-earned savings in the Wall Street casino. Can you afford to lose half of your retirement savings again? Hey, you don't have to lose a penny because there's a better, safer way to save for retirement. And you can learn all about it in a free report. This is the report Wall Street and big banks desperately hope you never see. Why? Because this method continues to grow your money even when the market tumbles. It lets you take back control of your money and finances, and it gives you penalty-free access to your savings. Plus, it beats the pants off any 401k or IRA. These are uncertain times, so get the information you need today to guarantee your retirement security. To get this free report, go to bankonyourself.com right now. That's bankonyourself.com. Bankonyourself.com.
Ready to do this.
Get ready. Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is back.
This festival is insane to bring all these different types of music together.
Can you believe all the artists performing? The best fans in the world with the biggest stars from all walks of music under one roof.
Be here as our 2018 iHeartRadio Music Festival lineup is revealed. Tuesday morning at 9.
You don't remember days, you remember moments. But when the old tapes and photos that hold your cherished memories degrade, or worse, you lose them, they're gone forever. Hi, I'm Nick Mako.
And I'm Adam Baselogger. We started Legacy Box to help you preserve those irreplaceable moments.
Load your Legacy Box with your old tapes, film, pictures, and audio, and send them in. You'll get them back on DVD or a convenient thumb drive.
Visit legacybox.com/USA. And for a limited time, you'll get 40% off your order. legacybox.com/USA.
Hi, Tom Bodette. Scientists tell us that Earth is overdue for a huge solar flare. Bad news, it'll probably fry our electronics and technology. Good news, we'll all get a spectacular tan. Well, a good place to hunker down for the looming sunpocalypse is Motel 6. You'll get a great low rate on a great room under a roof and save more for other stuff like sunscreen or a nice big hat. Well, I'm Tom Bodette, and we'll leave the light on for you. Or maybe not.
Just ahead, more stimulating talk from the O'Charlie's Digital Studios. $9.99 menu, 9 great meals, 1 great price. O'Charlie's. Cool your home this summer. Call Mazza Heating and Cooling in Girard, your factory-authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
Skies will become partly sunny today with the small risk for an isolated shower or sprinkle. Temperatures will climb into the upper 70s. Expect partly cloudy and quiet conditions tonight with temperatures dropping back into the upper 50s. In the Storm Team 27 Weather Center, I'm Alex George.
Temperature 69.
570 WKBN.com. Powered by Donnell Ford, Market Street, Boardman, with the largest Ford inventory in the valley.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I'm Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer, and we bring you this show on Saturdays to talk about things that are happening in tech. You, the audience, are the most important person on this couch here. Your experiences and the things that you're running into help us to talk about things that are relevant to other listeners that may be experiencing those like or same things. So we bring these topics up, and they're interesting, and I get sort of add them to the library of things that we talk about on a regular basis. And one of my favorite is cutting that cable. And as we ended the last break for, the competition that creates within those medias. So when you look at, you had for years, for more than 100 years, you had an industry that was built around a, complete mechanism of distribution, right? You had three stations, and you had the movie theater. And so you had to go through a network, and you had to go through distribution for theaters, right? And then VHS, and you see how that we kept adding different methods of getting stuff, but it was never quite competition with each other. Now, every industry goes through this process where we get to a point where technology evolves to the point where it makes your method of distribution either antiquated or unnecessary. But we'll say like Netflix started out, sending out movies to people. And then they were real successful about that. So they started, Netflix used to be that you subscribed and they sent you things in the mail and there really wasn't a web interface. And then they slowly made a web interface that allowed you to watch movies that you downloaded from the internet. And then most of they don't send CDs out anymore, right? Or DVDs out anymore. So, once they had people able to log into the web browser on their computer, then they started including on devices so that you go to Netflix and you basically able to watch it on your regular TV, because not many people were going to do this if they had to watch TV on their computer monitors, right? So as soon as they got onto your TV, now you had your first good competitor where if you wanted to buy a movie, you can get it from you can get it from a DVD or a VHS, or you can download it from the internet. And that was really, really convenient. Now, they were incomplete, right? So they had to make these deals where the people that distributed the content would sell the rights to be able to sell these videos. And for the most part, they would have a lot of movies, but they were being that they were incomplete. If I said, "Oh, what do I want to do tonight? Let's go watch a movie," and then if they don't have the licensing for the movie that I wanted to watch, well, you weren't going to watch it, right? So it made it incomplete. So as long as they were playing the games of buying licensing from people who were not friendly, okay, you got to understand that, when these industries, they've formed out these alliances and these big walls to keep their product relevant to the consumers. And if they made it too easy to jump off of those, the networks and stuff like that, then they were going to really lose. So if you wanted to watch a TV show, and that TV show was on AMC, and it was going to be really difficult, because why would I go watch the other stuff on AMC if I could just go and get the programming that I wanted? Well, Joe Danier here, I'm in favor of the a la carte thing. You go watch what you want. I'm so sick of subsidizing production of shows that I won't ever watch, right? So if you took the 600 channels that you have on your cable, and you really figure out what you pay per month per channel, and most of them you watch zero things and you have to subscribe to them, or else if you didn't, they wouldn't be a thing. So we had these terrible products that nobody watched that kept you as the consumer paying for those things, and we got fed up because every year our cable bill went up and up and up. You never saw it go down. It up and up and up and up, and when the channels got more numerous and the ones you actually watched stayed about the same. And so somebody comes along like Netflix and they shake everything up and say, "Hey, Mr. Consumer, let's see if you really want to just buy the stuff you want. I will overpay for the stuff I want as long as you allow me to eliminate the stuff that I don't want." So let's just say I'm paying $5 a month for a channel, right? That seems pretty typical. And I watch 4 channels. And if let's just say a show comes on, let me just buy the show. I don't even want to subscribe to your channel. I want to buy the show. And if a channel produces it and they distribute it and I can buy it from you, cool. But the monthly subscription to a bunch of crap that we shouldn't be watching anyway, I'm not going to judge you. You can watch as much TV as you want. But let us pay for just the stuff that we want. And then, like I said, it's regardless if you want to or not, you're subsidizing channels that are distributing crap, and that's where the cut the cable thing is. And as much of trouble that they tried to make it they made it hard to cut the cable. They made it so that you were incomplete. And so we did experiments for a good 3 years before I got to a point in the experiment where I found something I wanted to watch and I couldn't get it, and I ended up at a bar watching a TV show. That's when I said, not ready yet. And then the next year I'd do it again, and the next year I'd do it again. And finally, I have not had to go somewhere and watch a show. I could get it somewhere. Okay, even if I had to subscribe to HBO one time to get it, it was at least available, and I had a choice to pay $10 that month to get that one show. But if you look in the aggregate, if you add all the stuff together, so here's a question I get asked a lot. Well, not a lot, but I get asked, do you rent a movie or do you buy a movie? So if you went back in history and added up all of the DVDs that you watched and you paid $20 a DVD, how many of those DVDs did you watch one time, and how many of the DVDs did you watch 100 times? Okay, so I have this rule. I'm going to assume that I'm going to watch your movie one time, all right? And so I rent everything. Give me the $3 rentals every single time. Hollywood's been putting out crap, so the chances I want to watch a movie a second time is, very the chance is very insignificant. So if I end up watching it a second time, then I buy it because there's a reason I watch it a second time. But when you take 10 movies, I paid $3 each for the movies. I paid $30 to rent it. Now I have to go to the second one, and that one movie cost me now, $20 to buy it plus the $3 to rent. Now I pay $23 instead of $20. But if you just rent them every time, then you can decide. Now if you end up buying more than you rent, you're just that kind of a person, then so be it. Then you're better off buying and altogether. But man, they're just making it very consumer friendly to be able to buy the stuff we want without jamming stuff we don't want down our throat. That's where we are at our best. I think when we have this competition for the stuff that we purchase, the music, the movies, and whatever, we're at our best because that means the better stuff wins, right? It gets financed, and the worst crap doesn't, and it goes away. So anyway, 330-729-9977. Over the last couple of weeks, I as you kind of know, you get, we sort of do experiments very publicly, and so I'll get into a new thing, like it was Bitcoin for 2 years, and then, we did solar and energy, we did television and cut the cable, and we're doing a big marketing thing for downtown. All this summer, we're going to be pushing and promoting everything that's happening downtown. So you as the listeners and you as the public, I want everybody to at least know what's going on. You can choose not to go support it or do it, but at least you know it. I don't ever want to hear anybody say that they wasn't aware of anything that happened in the city of Youngstown. It's not an excuse. I want to make sure at least if we're going to, if we're not going to fill in a venue, it's because we decided that it just wasn't for us. And then that way, because you never really can judge the stuff that came to town if nobody really knew it came to town. You didn't go because you disliked the content. You didn't go because you had no idea it was coming. So anyway, we're getting into some marketing things, and the stuff always comes back to tech. So we're clear to talk about it on a computer show. But I started getting stuff like a plotter, a vinyl plotter, and doing T-shirts and stuff like that. We do a lot of branding and marketing, and we really try to push the businesses that are downtown. Especially if I come up to you in public and I say, name me 10 companies that are downtown. Right? You'd probably be able to name a couple bars. The Covelli Center, the Covelli Center. You'd probably Dior's going to be up there, but what about the other ones? Maybe not all of you know what's downtown. So we're experimenting with all of the technologies that go along with marketing. One of those of which is social media marketing. I had a really good meeting with some old school business owners who were, they're still subscribing to the Yellow Pages ads. They're still paying $600 to be in the Yellow Pages, and they do not want any part of being on social media or having some kind of indexing. Now, you got to look at it this way. We interface. We talk to a lot of the vendors, the same ones that you do, but we do it with a tech head. So if you're talking to an AT&T vendor and they're trying to sell you on the web version of AT&T, right, and they're telling you about how people are searching and how they're the #1 index for businesses online, and you're paying a monthly fee to AT&T. I had a company that was paying, I want to say like $800 a month to have a listing on the website of AT&T, and they kept sending them reports about how many people they kept sending to a specific phone number, and they were promising like thousands of these customers a month that were coming to this phone number. And when you dove right down into it, the statistics were just not true, and it was, they're trying to keep that. They're trying to keep that marketing venue open and relevant, but it really is not. Everybody I come across that still does a Yellow Pages ad, put a $25 token ad in there. I have no problem with that. But to have a majority of your sales, unless you are 100% dependent on a demographic that still uses the phone book, then I would not do it at all. Let that phone book go from 2 inches down to a centimeter for all I care. The future is going to be how we're guided through, mapping. So if you want to put some ads in some mapping software, Google does mapping, Bing does mapping, Waze is another good one. We were on Waze for a little while. I think we probably got best response out of all the mapping products best from Waze. Waze is sort of like a handheld, put it on your cell phone. It gives you the mapping, and it gives you where speed traps are and stuff like that. But what it also tells you is allows you to put your business on the map. So when people are driving by, you're on the map and it's your information on the map. So it's basically a highlighter for not just a map, but it's you on the map. And I thought that was pretty cool. That was a good way of doing it. And for a computer place, when you're driving the freeway, you're not like, oh, let's stop at this computer place. But there are some businesses that would do really well for someone on the freeway or someone on a road to be able to say, oh, there's a whatever, let me jump off and do that. So that, again, we do experimentation with the public and how they want to be served, because all of the business stuff that we do with the downtown is figuring out the public and what they really want. Do they want to do phone books? Do they want to do tablets? Do they want to have plan C? And then we try to provide that kind of marketing that connects people, because that's really what this is all. Business is about making connections between a buyer and a seller, and it's that's the most basic form, and just doing it really well with not a bunch of hurdles, and that's the way you make everybody happy. So, like I said, we're doing a bunch of marketing with some ground level stuff. I mean, this is just screen printing, which I had an interest in, and vinyl cutting. I got this big 27-inch plotter, and it prints out these vinyl things, and I've been silk screening and making stickers for my car and stuff like that. So that's interesting. So it's not like move the needle, I'm working on solar, right? But it is kind of cool that, we get to, when I do that kind of stuff, I can picture a person that can pick up just these two new materials that I made, or that I am working with, and you can form an entire business. If somebody is good artistically, and you can do screen printing. It only took, maybe $1,000 worth of total equipment to get going. I mean, I was pumping out stickers when I bought, it was $500 for this plotter. And so all of this stuff is coming in, where a plotter, you used to not be able to touch one for under $2,700. And now like I said, I picked one up for $500, and it does an amazing job. So all of this stuff just makes me excited for anybody who has an enterprising brain that can get out there and see if they have the stuff to be able to sell to the public. It helps too that we're doing the marketing and promotion thing, but like I said, it's just interesting. Costs have come down, and that's what we hope for as consumers, that we create enough competition that those costs do. Now, again, the peril is that the reason a lot of these electronics are coming down is the very reason that we're buying, from large distributors that are making it really easy, and they are putting smaller distributors out of business. So again, it's the same problem. All right, we're going to take a break, come back, take some more of your phone calls. Phone number 330-729-9977. You can also text me here at 333-1570. I'll check those text messages when we get back to you. So if you're on the line, stay on the line. There's a couple spaces reserved for you. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN.
Get ready to start saving during Menards Race to Savings Sale. Pre-blended general purpose concrete mix is great for sidewalks, floors, steps, patios, curbs, and setting posts. All you have to do is add water, mix, and pour. Right now, get 4 60-pound bags of pre-blended general purpose concrete mix for only $9. Find these and other great deals during Menards Race to Savings Sale. Now through June 3rd.
Save big money at Menards.
Arthritis, back pain, knee pain, bursitis, fibromyalgia. Learn how you can solve these problems. Sunday morning, 7 a.m. News Radio 570 WKBN.
Four Seasons Flea Market at 3000 McCartney Road, open every Wednesday and Sunday from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. with close to 100 small businesses under one roof, all offering something different, like fresh produce, baked goods, fresh flowers, sports memorabilia, masseuse, and palm reader. Or how about knives and more for the outdoorsman? Four Seasons Flea Markets offers homemade oils and scents, plus T-shirts and pet items. Stop by Four Seasons Flea Market, McCartney Road in Youngstown, and register to win Cleveland Indians tickets.
Thinking of taking a summer vacation this year? Why not vacation in your own backyard? Drag out the lawn chairs or lay out the blankets. Have no problems with crowded beaches, messy sand, or long lines. When you buy a Radiant pool from Burnett Pools, it turns your backyard into a little piece of paradise, and it can be used year after year. Radiant pools feature the same technology used to build airplanes and aircrafts. It's the only above-ground pool with a lifetime warranty against winter damage and is insulated with 2-inch thick foam. The incredible Radiant pool. Enjoy 5 to 10 degrees warmer water than any other pool you can install in your backyard. This exclusive technology is available only at Burnett Pools in Cortland, Canfield, and Newcastle. And as a special bonus, how does 0% APR for 60 months sound? Visit BurnettPools.com or one of our convenient locations in Cortland, Canfield, or Newcastle. Enjoy 5 to 10 degrees warmer water with a radiant pool and 0% APR for 60 months.
Burnett Pools, we've got it all.
As a small business owner, you make every dollar count. So what could you do with $10? Go to Vistaprint.com today and you'll get 500 high-quality custom business cards for only $9.99. That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been easier to turn 500 strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 5959 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 5959.
When you see 570 WKBN broadcasting live around the valley, stop by and spin the Pizza Hut prize wheel for a chance to win prizes. All day, every day, 2 pizzas, $5.99 each with 2 toppings each. No one out delivers the Hut. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Would you like to trade bank accounts with Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world? How about a payday like Bill Gates or Oprah? Well, the one thing they all have in common is they're making millions because of the internet. And right now, a group of regular people just like you are getting in on this amazing online business trend, thanks to the teachings of a former dishwasher turned internet sensation, Teo V from My Ecom Club. Right now, he is revealing his entire online store success system for free. Just call 800-462-8155 within the next 11 minutes. Leave your name and email in a voice message and you will receive access to his entire online store system absolutely free. Plus, when you call 800-462-8155 or go to freeaccountnow.com within the next 11 minutes, we will also give you a $97 gift absolutely free. These days, starting an online store is easier than you've ever imagined if you follow Teo's strategies. Call 800-462-8155 to claim your spot.
There was once a time when news had no bias. It had no leanings to the left or right, no presumptions. The purpose? To deliver the facts as they happened, to reveal the depth of the investigation, then to allow you to decide. The Daily Dive podcast was founded on that lost principle, dedicated to the facts, unfiltered, so you can understand the issues. The news without the noise. We invite you to hear the news again with the Daily Dive podcast on iHeartRadio. Just search for Daily Dive in your iHeartRadio app.
It's 70.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show, and just a little bit about Youngstown Computer. If you have any computer service needs, 330-259-7278. Full service bench and computer repair, on-site service, pretty much new equipment as well. If you have any needs, make sure you write that phone number down, 330-259-7278. And both David and Anthony work Monday through Friday down there, so they'll get you scheduled. You can also go online, youngstowncomputer.com, and schedule your appointment. Let them know that you're interested in having some computer work done. It's one of those things where when your computer goes down for the count, you might not need us now, but when that happens, it's good to have a company that you can trust that's capable of doing that work. And we have that level of fairness and trust with this community. So we really hope that you'll choose us when the time comes. 330-259-7278. We sell a lot of computers, and for a company that sort of just started doing that part again in December, we've done really well as far as new equipment. And this sort of the stuff we put together are crafted for the people who want less worry and trouble. When you buy just specifically on price, you're better off hands down to just buy on the retail side. Your markups are about 4% on the retail side, and you'll just save some money. And we build ours. Ours are crafted for like the commercial end of this industry. And so we're looking at, once we put a computer on the workstation, we don't want to move it back anywhere else. We want it to last the entire lifetime of that computer right where it is. And so we buy stuff that has sort of a reputation of having the least failure rate possible. So even if we have to pay up a little bit for the cost of the hardware that goes into it, it's worth it because of that consistency where you're not going to have failing parts. Again, failure rate is one of those most highly weighted considerations on our hardware end. So if you're looking for a computer that has better specs than what you're going to find on the retail side, and that are crafted for the longevity. That's sort of what we're after there. And our guys just take care of you. So 330-259-7278. Make sure you write that number down. And even like I said, even if you know that you don't need us right now, keep it handy and on the side of your computer, because that time will come, and we will hope that you will call. All right, Lois, I'm going to take your call when we come back. Anybody else that wants to call, 330-729-9977. Got some text messages to read as well, so you can get those in at 333-1570. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. Steve Bott from Mark Thomas Ford, and boy, do we have some great incentives. We have 0% financing, no payments for 90 days, and first responders, college students, Farm Bureau members, you all receive additional incentives. How about the unheard of used car rebate? Our certified pre-owned cars now come with a $750 conquest rebate and interest rates as low as 1.9. So if you're looking for a new or used vehicle, stop out at Mark Thomas Ford and see how low we can go. We're 2 miles north of the Route 82 bypass on Elm Road in Cortland, Ohio, or check us out on the web at markthomasford.com.
Whatever it takes.
LeBron going coast to coast.
LeBron and the Cavaliers aim for another NBA championship.
Oh, my goodness.
Listen to Game 2 Sunday at 8.
Hey, knocks it down.
On the Sports Animal 1390.
What story matters to me the most right now? The current political situation, how it's going to affect the majority of the people who are currently relying on government assistance in our country.
Don't go crazy, yo!
News Radio 570 WKBN. Time is 2 o'clock. For antique oak flooring, go to BairdBrothers.com. This is News Radio 570 WKBN, Youngstown.
From ABC News, I'm Daria Albinger. Days of meetings between the U.S. and North Korean officials appear to have worked. An historic summit between the nations is back on. The president receiving a hand-delivered letter from Kim Jong-un's Lieutenant, ABC's Tara Palmieri at the White House.
The president accepting that oversized message from North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Kim's right-hand man and former spy chief Kim Jong-chol at the White House for his special delivery. Receiving a warm welcome, Kim, formerly banned from the United States, reportedly oversaw the 2014 Sony hack after their film The Interview mocked Kim Jong-un.
The summit will take place in Singapore, the nation's defense minister telling Reuters that his country will pay for some of the cost but wouldn't elaborate. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross is in China for a new round of trade talks. Here in the U.S., farmers and other agricultural producers are worried about retaliatory tariffs from Canada, Mexico, and the European Union and how they could affect their businesses. Jeff Schwager runs a Wisconsin company that exports cheese to Mexico.
It's our second largest export market, and it will reduce sales. There's no question.
The retaliatory tariffs are in response to tariffs on steel and aluminum produced by Canada, Mexico, and the EU. Firefighters in New Mexico are battling a massive wildfire in Colfax County. It's grown to nearly 28,000 acres, but it is 0% contained. Mandatory evacuation orders are now in effect for the town of Cimarron.
There's 296 structures threatened, if the fire happened to escape their barriers. So that's why the mandatory evacuations are in effect.
Linda Kearns with the Southwest Area Incident Management Team. There are events around the country today to protest gun violence and in memory of the victims of it. Many participants wearing orange, a color that has come to represent their call for stronger gun laws. You're listening to ABC News.
Here's what's happening in the Valley. One person is in the Trumbull County Jail after leading police on a car chase yesterday afternoon. That vehicle ending up crashing into a pole and catching fire on Niles Road in Warren. Warren police say Howland police were chasing 33-year-old Matthew Reiner. He and another suspect, the passenger, ran from the car. Reiner was caught, turned over to the Howland Police Department. Police are still looking for the other suspect. The FBI and the Boardman Police are investigating a robbery of Citizens Bank on Boardman Poland Road yesterday afternoon. Investigators say a man armed with a handgun took money from a teller and a customer and ran west on Boardman Poland Road. The robber, described as a light-skinned black man, approximately 6'1", 215 pounds, in his late 20s to early 30s, wearing possibly a red Cleveland Cavaliers hat, red shirt, and blue jean shorts. Those with information are asked to contact 330-726-4144. In Mesopotamia, one person is dead after a crash between a logging truck and an SUV. 27 First News says it happened about 6 p.m. last night at the intersections of State Route 534 and State Route 87. The log truck collided with the SUV after the SUV began driving through the intersection. A female passenger is confirmed dead. The driver is in critical condition. The log truck driver was not injured. In sports, the Twins beat the Indians 7-4, both again today, 3:37 on 570 WKBN. Pirates beat St. Louis 4-0. They both meet up again today in St. Louis. Game 2 of the NBA Finals tomorrow night. Cavs at Golden State, 8 o'clock tip-off, 7:30 airtime tomorrow night on the Sports Animal 1390 WNIO. And a jump in the lake happened yesterday for Cleveland Browns head coach Hugh Jackson. He hopes the cleanse of the jump marks a new beginning for the Browns. After winning one game in 2016, Jackson said fans would find him swimming in the lake if they won only one game in 2017. Well, the Browns won none, and Jackson lived up to his vow. He turned the event into a fundraiser for the Hugh Jackson Foundation that fights human trafficking, raising $30,000. From the all-new Power Chevrolet Buick GMC newsroom, I'm Dave Price.
Our next update at 2:30. Just ahead, more stimulating talk from the O'Charlie's Digital Studios. $9.99 menu, 9 great meals, 1 great price. O'Charlie's.
Hi, Helen. You coming to lunch today?
No, I can't find my red jewel.
Oh, okay. Helen lost her jewelry.
Oh, you know what? Helen is probably playing Jewel Quest on iPlay.com.
Hi, Helen. You meeting the girls for dinner?
No, I'm busy with the new romance.
Oh, okay.
What is she doing tonight?
Helen says she's...
All can be enhanced with any of Altier's decorative stone. And don't forget the play area. Altier's has playground mulch. Remember, too, at Altier's, haul the mulch yourself or ask about same-day delivery. Call today, get it today. Altier's Home and Garden Center, South Avenue at the corner of McClurg Road in Boardman.
The man who brought the rock and roll edge to the Eagles is flying solo. Grammy winner and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member, Don Felder. November 7th at Packard Music Hall. Performing hits like Life in the Fast Lane, Hotel California, Take It Easy, Tequila Sunrise, and more. Reserved seats on sale now at the Packard Music Hall box office or at Ticketmaster.com. Produced by JAC Live.
When you want old world European cuisine, it's Krakus, Polish Deli, Market Street, Boardman.
For your home or business, call Mazza Heating and Cooling in Girard, your factory-authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
Skies will become partly sunny today with the small risk for an isolated shower or sprinkle. Temperatures will climb into the upper 70s. Expect partly cloudy and quiet conditions tonight with temperatures dropping back into the upper 50s. In the Storm Team 27 Weather Center, I'm Alex George.
It's 70.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer, and we do this on Saturday. We get to talk about things that are happening in tech. We turn over the phone lines to you guys, and you can ask questions or take a little bit of guidance. 330-729-9977. I like mathematics, physics, and paradoxes and things you talk about around the fire. So we have one of those Elon Musk sort of things that we're going to talk about too if we have some time. Looking forward to those kind of discussions because it's cool. Once we get good weather, and I give you a couple suggestions, you can sit around the fire and blow people's minds with this kind of talk. So 330-729-9977. Let's go to Lois. Lois, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Hi, I am computer illiterate, and I have what do you call it? One of those Chromecast.
Okay, Chromecast, got it.
And a friend of mine had it to where if I was watching something on the computer and I wanted to cast it to my TV, I would click on these 3 little dots on the upper right-hand corner of my computer, and it would tell me cast. But now when I click on cast, it says no cast destinations found. How do I put my name back up there?
Okay, so what you're going to do is it sounds like the Chromecast isn't connected to your network anymore. And so sometimes it's just a matter of power cycling the Chromecast, pulling the power cable out of the TV, and then, or not out of the TV, but out of the Chromecast that's in the back of the TV, and then see if it'll match up. If it doesn't, then it will start.
What do you mean? I'm not sure. I just now plugged it back into the TV. It's been unplugged for a couple months.
Okay. Now, can you when you go to the input that is the Chromecast, can you see the display? Can you see like the Chromecast?
Is only about 1.5 inch round circle.
Oh, I know. When you go to actually TV and hit input, you can see you can go to the actual Chromecast and see it on the TV.
I don't know. I've never tried it.
Okay, well, that's what you have to do first. Is the Chromecast is going to stick in one of your inputs on the TV, like HDMI 1, and then so you go on the TV, use your
HDMI. That's where I put it right now is HDMI 1.
Yeah, and then so you use your input on the remote and go to HDMI 1, and that way you can see if the Chromecast is communicating with your TV.
Where do you find the input?
On your remote. On the remote, you get this. You can toggle through the different inputs, so you get to go HDMI 1, HDMI 2, your cable box, your PCs, stuff like that, and you're going to land.
I would hit menu. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's probably not menu. I bet you it's input. There's probably a button towards the top that says input on it.
I have. Oh yeah, I see it.
So what you're going to find is that you're going to find HDMI 1. Now the display, basically, that's going to be the Chromecast talking to your TV. On the display, it will say if it's not connected to the internet, it'll give you instructions on getting it connected again. But you won't be able to cast anything until you're on that input.
I see the HDMI 1 in front of me, but when I click on it, I just get no signal.
Yeah, it's
wait a minute, reconnect me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so follow the instructions to get that sucker back on your internet again, and then the Chromecast thing will show up on your PC because it'll be part of the same network.
All right, what if I wanted to change it from one Wi-Fi to another? Because I just signed up for internet last week, like 4 days ago.
Yeah, that's why it's reconnecting. And you follow the thing on the front. You're going to use a cell phone or a tablet to be able to connect directly to the Chromecast. Once you're connected, then you give it the, I think it's the Google Home app is what you're going to need to configure it with new wireless. But the instructions will be right on the screen.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, thanks, Lois. Bye-bye. Appreciate it. And you got to understand that these devices that interface with your TV, they're little computers. I mean, they're basically a little computer with a little bit of software on it. And so whether or not we're talking about the Apple TV, Fire Sticks, Chromecast, all of these different devices, they plug into an HDMI slot, and then you're viewing it just like you would plug your computer into a monitor. You're just looking at the interface on the TV. But they're only going to be in two. They're going to be in two modes. If the ones that connect wirelessly aren't going to know what your wireless is, right? So think of like HP printers and direct print. So HP printers have like a little wireless radio that's on them, and it broadcasts a really low power wireless signal. And if you look on your phone, every once in a while you see like HP direct print. Well, that's actually your printer having its own wireless interface that you can connect your phone directly to the printer. Don't need a cable, don't need it on the wireless, and you can connect to it. Well, the Chromecast sort of does the same thing where your app on your phone can see that the Chromecast is there, and then you can send it your wireless settings, and then the Chromecast will be able to get on your network. Because they're a little computer, it needs to be part of your network in order for the rest of your devices to be able to send stuff to it. In my office, I have two TVs, and both of them have Chromecast, and what it's really good at doing is offloading sort of the application's overhead to the device rather than keeping it on the computer. So if I have a YouTube video that I want to watch, maybe there's a live video, I can send that video, cast it off to the Chromecast, and the device, it's not just a screen capture at that point. I'm not like sending the display information to the Chromecast. I'm offloading the connection and everything to the Chromecast. So it's got its own wireless connection, it's got its own display. Now my computer stops managing it. It's still connected to it. It still gave it the direction to download the video, but it's no longer facilitating the actual stream. The device can do that directly, but it needs that host computer to be able to tell it what it needs to be displaying. So it's, like I said, it works really well. There's limitations on the Chromecast. I like it for those reasons. Like you can do videos off to a TV with no problem. It just doesn't have a whole lot in the way of built-in applications like you would get with the Fire Stick or the Apple TV or the Roku. So 330-729-9977. Let's go to Steve next. Steve, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Hi, Joe. How are you today?
Good.
Hey, I have run into a situation here. I have an older laptop. It's a Windows XP. Then I have a software on it that I want to move up to my Windows 7, but I don't have the software anymore for it. Is there a way to transfer program and everything, all the data and everything, up into a Windows 7 without losing the functionality of it?
I mean, you can try upgrading it. A lot of times with the XP to 7 stuff that we would have to get sort of a Vista platform. We'd go from XP to Vista and then Vista to 7. But usually the hardware that was supporting that really wasn't good at. Well, anyway, but if I would give it about a 50-50 shot, a coin flip on being able to see if it's going to work in a Windows 7 environment. You got two choices. Either it's going to run native, where you're going to be able to upgrade it until you get to Windows 7, and it'll work well. But if it doesn't, what you're going to have to do is emulate Windows XP once you get to Windows 7. So you can do something like VirtualBox or VM Player and basically emulate a Windows XP machine that's running inside your Windows 7. So if it's just that one application, usually it does a good enough job at, emulating that you can pull that off.
Is that something that we could bring to you and you could do?
Absolutely. Yeah, just let them know what the application is. And as long the key is to do this while the application, the operating system, is still in good shape. Because if it gets too damaged, we have to sort of repair the operating system before we can transfer it. So it's really a good idea if it's still running very well. It's a pretty easy job.
Well, the problem is with the laptop not working. Sometimes it turns on and it says no operating system found.
Okay.
And I can't get the boot up, and another time I'll turn it on and it'll come up here. I just want to move it to my newer computer now. And
yeah, I wouldn't waste much more time on it. I'd get it in the hands and at least get a backup of it, because once they get a snapshot of what it looks like, then they can start experimenting to see if it's a good candidate for emulation.
Okay.
All right.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. And I will tell you this, that this is, we maybe in the course of 15 years of doing this, we'd have one or two of those special cases where emulation was a thing, right? Somebody had a DOS program and they wanted to keep it alive, so we'd emulate it. I will tell you that we do about one of these a week now, because we're now, there's a gap between XP and Windows 10 that's getting to be pretty vast, that this emulation technique is really valuable, especially with things, older programs that are harder to keep alive. When you have traditional stuff like QuickBooks and Sage and, the companies are still alive and kicking, and it's really easy to get a new version, that's no problem. But when you have some of these specialty programs that are really geared to work in Windows XP and they're not making another version for it, you pretty much got to keep the state of this program alive as it exists right now. So anybody else out there, this is something that we have done really well. Our guys are really good at preserving that, and we've even the ones that you have to repair some of the operating system, they're really good at getting it so functional that you're running this emulation and it's as good as it was when it was sitting on XP, because you're giving up a little bit. Emulation, you give up a little performance because you're running a computer within a computer, but you got to remember the hardware that your XP was running on is far slower. So you give up a little software performance and you get another hardware performance. You have the chance for it to work just as good in an emulated environment than it is. And the nice thing about emulation is that you can move it around. You get a new computer, you just move the emulation over to a new computer. It's never tied down to another piece of equipment ever again. You move that emulation around. I have emulations that are on external hard drives. If I lose a computer, I move the external hard drive to another computer, load up VM Workstation, load up my emulation, and I'm right back in business. The emulation has no idea what was running on it because it thinks it's a computer. And so that right there is so valuable in the workplace because, your operating systems are going to fail. So what's better than being able to just move your operating system from place to place? It's an amazing technology, and it's come to the point where it is very valuable. So 330-259-7278. Tell the guys over at the office you're interested in doing a virtualization where you'd like to move a Windows XP. I think the last time we did was a Windows Vista. We're going to do another Windows Vista this week. So very valuable. 330-259-7278 is Youngstown Computer's phone number. We're over on 600 Youngstown Poland Road for those here who want to make their way over. So we're going to go to Bob next. Bob, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Am I on?
You are.
Yes, sir. I have a Dell computer. It's probably 10 years old, and it's nothing. I think you might not. This might be a stupid question. Maybe about once every 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be on it, and the tower will start making a noise, like the fans running, and it shuts off, and it shuts off. Then maybe about 2 hours later, after it starts making all this noise, the computer will freeze. I can't do anything. I have to press the power button to shut it off. Then I turn it on, and it's good now for another 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
something I could do to eliminate that? Or
Yeah, there are 3 fans in there. One's a CPU fan, one's an exhaust fan, and one's a power supply fan. When these things get too hot, they have a thermal shutdown that will just cut the computer off or lock it up, one of the two. And so what'll happen over time is those fans will start spin slower, and maybe their bearings will get worn down and they'll start making a bunch of noise. You're just not getting enough airflow over the component. The thing might be stopping, and you might be hearing the motors just kind of clicking too. So yeah, those fans are once you know what type it is, they're pretty easy and not real expensive. I'd say the CPU fan's going to cost you $30 for the hardware. The power supply fan's a little harder to change. You're more or less going to pay $100 and something for the power supply. And then the exhaust fan, that one we can just pull and you don't really have to place. The CPU fan's probably the one you're dealing with, and you're looking at about $30 in parts.
We were thinking about a new computer.
Yeah, and that's how old did you say it was?
About 10 years.
Oh yeah,
Windows 10. It runs. We don't use it for a lot. Just look stuff up. We don't have much information, personal information or anything in it. But
yeah, I would not do that repair.
You have your store sells new computers now?
Oh yeah. If you just let them know, we keep a couple on hand. We got parts coming in for a Tuesday shipment, so we'll have a new one in on Tuesday.
We were kind of looking toward this one unit with no tower and all that. I don't know if they're any good or not.
It's sort of like a laptop where you're giving up a little performance because everything has to be compact because you got the whole computer that's built into the monitor. I'm not a big fan of them. I mean, I've bought a couple of them. They're pretty low end, and I don't know. I'm just not a fan of them. Now, if space is in short supply, they're amazing because you rid yourself of one part of the equation. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. What's your hours over there? Maybe I'll just take a ride over.
Yep, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. And so anyway, 330-259-7278 is the phone number over there. Anybody else, 600 Youngstown Poland Road. Hours are 9 to 5. You can always request us come to you. We do on-site support as well. And if you need special arrangements where you need someone to stay later, just go and call them up and let them know that you're coming home from work and you need someone to stay a little bit longer. All right, take a break. Come back, take some more of your phone calls. This is the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
This is Dave Johnson, owner of the historic Spread Eagle Tavern and Inn of Hanoverton, Ohio. If you're looking for that special occasion dining experience, or perhaps a night stay in a romantic bed and breakfast that dates back to the early 1800s, then the Spread Eagle Tavern is the place for you. I would like to personally invite you to the Spread Eagle, a place that takes you back in time with period antiques, and breakfast is included with an overnight stay. Reservations are recommended 330-223-1583.
Get ready to start saving during Menards Race to Saving Sale. Menards has the products you need to grow your ideal lawn. Spectracide Weed and Feed attaches to your hose and feeds your lawn while killing broadleaf weeds like chickweeds, dandelions, clovers, and more. Pick up a bottle that treats up to 7,500 square feet for only $6.99. Find these and other great deals during Menards Race to Saving Sale, now through June 3rd.
Save big money at Menards.
Belmont Eye Clinic has your tickets to Cirque du Soleil Crystal at Covelli Center. Stop by and enter today. No purchase necessary, must be 18 years or older. Belmont Eye Clinic, 2 great locations. Westford Center on Route 224 in Canfield or Belmont Avenue in Liberty.
Hey people, are you paying attention? Are you looking for a truck to use like a truck? Then why would you spend big money on a new one and beat the out of it? This is Joe Fire from Fireball Motors. Be smarter and spend less money on a better truck. We specialize in non-rusty West Coast trucks from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s that are under 10 grand. We are located on Route 422, just an 1/8 mile from the PA border, or online at fireballtrucks.com. And remember, Fireball means 4-wheel drive.
If you were fumbling around in the dark and somebody handed you a flashlight, you take it, right? Shouldn't it be the same when it comes to spotting threats to your identity and the data on your devices? The digital world is so full of connections, it may only take one weak link for criminals to get in. Now, fortunately, new LifeLock identity theft protection now adds the power of Norton Security to shine light on the threats to your data today. Threats to your identity and threats to your computer or tablet like ransomware. No one can prevent all identity theft or cybercrime, But new LifeLock with Norton detects a wide range of threats that you may not see on your own. Join now, and for the first year, get an additional 10% off the low starting price of $7.99 a month plus applicable taxes. Just go to LifeLock.com and enter the promo code RUSH. That's LifeLock.com. Remember, enter my name, RUSH. That's when the magic happens.
Hi, Joe Flynn here, and I'm hitting the road with Flinny for some summer fun.
Before I hit the road to anywhere, I'm taking my car to Flynn's first.
That's a great idea, Flinny. Before you hit the road, get a free tire check at any Flynn's Tire and Auto Service location.
And what about mechanical repairs and service?
Get a free safety check on your vehicle with any purchase, and go to flynnstire.com for service coupons.
I think all our friends would like to know about that.
Go ahead and tell them, Flinny.
Be sure to get your tires and auto service at Flynn's, where the advertised tire price is the entire price. And tell them Flinny sent you.
Hi, folks. Steve Bott from Mark Thomas Ford, and boy, do we have some great incentives. We have 0% financing, no payments for 90 days, and first responders, college students, Farm Bureau members, you all receive additional incentives. How about the unheard of used car rebate? Our certified pre-owned cars now come with a $750 conquest rebate and interest rates as low as 1.9. So if you're looking for a new or used vehicle, stop out at Mark Thomas Ford and see how low we can go. We're 2 miles north of the Route 82 bypass on Elm Road in Cortland, Ohio, or check us out on the web at markthomasford.com.
What happened? You used to go hours without visiting the bathroom. Now it seems like you're constantly getting up to pee, and you're even getting up at night to go. This is not okay. Listen, the makers of Super Beta Prostate, the #1 prostate formula, are introducing a new wonder pill, Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced, with 3 key ingredients that are great for your prostate. It's like taking 3 prostate supplements in one. To celebrate, we're sending free bottles to men who want to cut down on bathroom trips. Yes, your first 30-day supply is free. Pay shipping and handling. Just dial pound 250 on your mobile phone and say the keyword bathroom. Early research suggests that an ingredient in P3 Advanced may help support a normal prostate size. Combine that with a reduction in urges to pee, and you have a formula you'd be crazy not to try. Try P3 Advanced free. Dial pound 250 on your mobile phone and say the keyword bathroom. Again, dial pound 250 and say the keyword bathroom.
How can you extend your life by 6 years? Getting the right form of vitamin C. Most doctors don't look at our vitamin C levels. Walking around tired or just not feeling right? Listen Sunday morning at 8:30 to world-renowned Dr. Michael Pincus give valuable information. This Sunday at 8:30 a.m.
Now 71.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer, and this is your show where we get to talk about things that are happening in the tech world. I got some phone calls lined up, so let's go quickly over to Ray is next. Ray, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm just wanting to know, is there any way I can stop pop-ups?
Stop pop-ups. Okay, so now are these pop-ups that just happen every once in a while, or are they pretty regular?
Pretty regular.
Okay.
And I'll also be on, like, say I'm on AOL for my mail, and then I'll go to something, and something will come up, advertisement. It'll just take me right over to another website.
Okay, so you have something that's on your computer that's doing that. And it's going to be one of two ways is you're going to have to get rid of it. Number one, sometimes if they're a reputable company, they'll allow you to uninstall it from the machine. So first step you want to do is look through add and remove programs, and you're going to look for a program that might be doing that. So I usually will go through add and remove programs, and I will arrange them by the order that they were installed. And the ones that are at the top, if it just started happening, might be like Coupon Finder or something that leads you to believe that it's really not supposed to be, and I'll just uninstall all of those. Second thing you're going to want to do is go into your browser, and you want to go into Manage Add-ons or Plugins, and you want to either disable or completely remove anything that's attached to the browser. Now, sometimes they don't go willingly, so sometimes you have to reset the browser in order to totally get rid of them. Go ahead.
Go into browser what?
Go into browser plugins or manage add-ons. Do you know what browser you're using?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, it'll be different depending on. So if it's Google Chrome, it's going to be called add-ons.
Google Chrome.
It's a Google Chrome. Okay, perfect. That makes it nice and easy. If you're going to go into Google Chrome and go under Tools and manage add-ons, and then you're going to remove any of them that you really can remove them all. And you can even go down to Settings and do a complete browser reset, and that will get rid of all the attachments completely. And then the third thing you're going to want to do is run a malware cleaner like Malwarebytes. You can download a 14-day trial right from malwarebytes.org. malwarebytes.org. Download a trial. It'll do a scan, and it will attempt to remove anything that might be causing some of this. So the two that you're dealing with, one's called a redirector, which takes your traffic and pushes you out to another website. And then the other one would be pop-ups, where it analyzes where you're going and then generates pop-ups regularly. So those are the best 3 steps to be able to get rid of that.
I sure appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks, Ray. Appreciate the phone call. And Malwarebytes is free, and you can keep it on there free forever. It's just a manual scanner where it's not going to sit there and watch what's going on in the background. You have to do the paid version of that in order to get the real-time scanning. But great utility for being able to clean off that malware that's attached to the browsers. All right, we're going to take a break. Come back, take some more of your phone calls. We got some text messages as well. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
Here's what's happening in the Valley. The FBI and the Boorman Police are investigating a robbery of Citizens Bank on Boorman Poland Road yesterday afternoon. Investigators say a man armed with a handgun took money from a teller and a customer and ran west on Boorman Poland Road. The robber, described as a light-skinned black man, approximately 6'1", 215 pounds, in his late 20s to early 30s, wearing possibly a red Cleveland Cavaliers hat, red shirt, and blue jean shorts. Those with information are asked to contact 330-726-4144. In Mesopotamia, one person is dead after a crash between a logging truck and an SUV. 27 First News says it happened about 6 p.m. last night at the intersections of State Route 534 and State Route 87. The log truck collided with the SUV after the SUV began driving through the intersection. A female passenger is confirmed dead. The driver is in critical condition. The log truck driver was not injured. From the all-new Power Chevrolet Buick GMC newsroom, I'm Dave Price.
Our next update at 3.
Congratulations! You just won a 7-day cruise, all expenses paid.
7-day cruise? Nobody just wins a 7-day cruise. Sorry, but being at home doesn't make me stupid. And the vacations on TV are so expensive. But I do think it would be nice to just get away for a moment. Thank goodness I found iPlay.com. Once I downloaded the application to my PC, I found a whole new world of adventures. I can play over 2,500 games like Paris Mysteries, Las Vegas Casino, and Lost Lands, all for a low monthly subscription with no extra fees. I can travel the world from right here at home, and I don't have to think about ridiculous scams or costly vacations. iPlay.com is free to download and easy to use. I deserve to have some fun, and now I do every day on iPlay.com. If you want to get away and have some fun like me, download iPlay to your PC and start your own home adventure right now.
For over 40 years, Bronx RV has been a family-owned and operated local business. If you're looking to go camping in the great outdoors, or you're just wanting a home away from home, Bronx RV has a great selection of new and used RVs. Bronx RV provides simple yet competitive pricing and offers a full parts and service department. Bronx RV pays top dollar for trade-ins and gives you the freedom to browse at their location on Route 45, just 4 miles north of Salem. Go to Bronx.com today to check out their inventory.
Stiefel is a full-service firm offering a wide range of investment vehicles and services. Stiefel has 5 offices in the Valley with experienced advisors assisting you. For more information, visit stiefel.com or call 330-744-4351. Stiefel Nicholas & Company, Incorporated.
Four Seasons Flea Market at 3000 McCartney Road, open every Wednesday and Sunday from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. with close to 100 small businesses under one roof, all offering something different, like fresh produce, baked goods, fresh flowers, sports memorabilia, masseuse, and palm reader. Or how about knives and more for the outdoorsman? Four Seasons Flea Markets offers homemade oils and scents, plus T-shirts and pet items. Stop by Four Seasons Flea Market, McCartney Road in Youngstown, and register to win Cleveland Indians tickets.
If you haven't stopped by Altiers Home and Garden, what are you waiting for? You're missing out on gorgeous patio pots and hanging baskets filled with a variety of colorful annuals, perennials that bloom year after year, a wide selection of fresh herbs that will transform an ordinary meal into an extraordinary meal, and patio accessories that will make you the envy of the neighborhood. So quit procrastinating and head to Altiers Home and Garden on South Avenue, near McClurg and Western Reserve Road.
Sellout crowd of 35,000.
This is more than a walk-up.
Here's Frankie Lindor batting right-handed.
This is stepping up to the challenge.
Now the pitch to Ramirez.
This is more than a hit. This is perseverance paying off.
Swung on and hammered. Away, back goal!
This is more than a ballpark. This is a city coming together.
Snag a duffel bag courtesy of Shears at the Tuesday, June 5th game. Tickets are available at Indians.com.
At Fairway Ford in Canfield, new Escapes are on sale for only $19.9, and we have 75 Escapes available. See us at fairwayfordohio.com or 330-533-FORD. Fairway, that's the way we do business.
You don't remember days, you remember moments. But when the old tapes and photos that hold your cherished memories degrade, or worse, you lose them, they're gone forever. Hi, I'm Nick Mako.
And I'm Adam Baselogger. We started Legacy Box to help you preserve those irreplaceable moments.
Load your Legacy Box with your old tapes, film, pictures, and audio, and send them in. You'll get them back on DVD or a convenient thumb drive.
Visit legacybox.com/USA. And for a limited time, you'll get 40% off your order. legacybox.com/USA.
Hi, Tom Bodette. Scientists tell us that Earth is overdue for a huge solar flare. Bad news, it'll probably fry our electronics and technology. Good news, we'll all get a spectacular tan. Well, a good place to hunker down for the looming sun-apocalypse is Motel 6. You'll get a great low rate on a great room under a roof and save more for other stuff like sunscreen or a nice big hat. Well, I'm Tom Bodette, and we'll leave the light on for you. Or maybe not.
Just ahead, more stimulating talk from the O'Charlie's Digital Studios. $9.99 menu, 9 great meals, 1 great price. O'Charlie's. For your home or business, call Mazza Heating and Cooling in Girard, your factory-authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
Skies will become partly sunny today with the small risk for an isolated shower or sprinkle. Temperatures will climb into the upper 70s. Expect partly cloudy and quiet conditions tonight with temperatures dropping back into the upper 50s. In the Storm Team 27 Weather Center, I'm Alex George.
Now 71.
570 WKBN.com. Driven by Donnell Ford. Boardman and DonnellFord.com. The only place where you can discover the Donnell difference.
Discover the Donnell difference.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. We're going to take some calls and text messages and whatnot. If you have anything you need, make sure you catch us here. 330-729-9977. We're going to go to Bill next. Bill, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Yeah, I have a HP laptop computer. Had it for 5 or 6 years now, and I haven't had any problems with it. But the other day, I was using it on the power cord, and I shut it down. And the next day, I went back, and it was completely dead. Just no lights, no sound, nothing. Have any idea what happened there?
Did you say something happened to the power cord? Was it like tripped on or something?
No. I left the power cord in it.
Okay.
And didn't touch it. Just, shut it down normally.
All right. Well, I mean, it could be that the power jack got, kind of disconnected from the board. The solder sometimes break, and then when you plug it in, it's not really making contact with anything. So it'll run on the battery, and once the battery's exhausted, it just goes out. With a 5 or 6 year old machine, it's probably too big of a repair to do on something of that age, but it is possible. So if you really like the laptop, it could be done. Have you tried ejecting the battery and making sure, plugging it back in and stuff like that?
No, I didn't try that. I did check the power cord, and it read 18 volts.
Okay, so the power cord is actually good. So my best guess is that it's probably just the power jack. What type of laptop is it? HP, you said?
HP. Yeah, I did notice that, the little charging light doesn't come on either.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the main board is not receiving power from the jack, and that's probably because like I said, the solder broke. That's a guess. You'll have to actually have someone take a peek at it and see if that's the case. But that's what I'm going to go with.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because I have noticed recently. Sometimes when you plug it in, the light didn't come on right away, the charging light. Maybe I had to, wiggle it a little bit and it would pop on.
Yep.
So that could be what you could be right about that.
All right. Well, there you go.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate the phone call. So on the top part and usually in the back is basically going to be where you plug your power adapter in. That little adapter sort of like connects by two little solder points on the back. Now, if somebody were to trip on the cable or just over time, just it being plugged in and plugged out, that movement just over time makes those solders, become weakened. And then eventually they stop making contact and you can plug the thing in and it's just not going to work. So what we do is they'll sell us the actual adapter. We'll take the complete laptop apart. We'll break the rest of the solders and clean the old solder off of it. Take that new power adapter or power jack and then solder the new one right on the old board. As you could imagine, it's a lot of labor time to be able to disassemble and whatever. So you really got to like the hardware before you put something like that in action. Where it can be done, usually, unless it's a brand new laptop, it's not worth, because of the age of the equipment. You might put $300 into a tear down and a replacement like that, and then something else goes bad. I mean, because our threshold for pain when it comes to laptops and desktops is 5 to 6 years. So you're already in that window where you might be, that $300 would buy you a whole lot more value in something new than just putting an old piece of hardware and getting it going again. So that's really where we're at there. All right, so 330-729-9977. Now the text messages, I think I deleted it. I don't know. It disappeared before I was able to read it. But basically it was on our last topic about cutting the cable that you're still going to have an expense for internet. So you're getting your programming over the air and you're downloading and streaming all of your video content. Once everybody has pulled the plug on the video coming from your cable companies, what's going to stop the data side than just increase the prices to make up the difference? So if they're used to selling half their services of data and half their services of TV, and you take TV away from them, well, what's going to stop data from costing twice as much? And I will tell you, and I scream this wherever I go, competition makes everything better. Okay, so let's just say there was one computer company in the city of Youngstown that can charge whatever they wanted. What would cost once they got enough enough customers that they were, that they had more customers than they did technicians, they would have to raise their price to stifle the demand, because there's obviously going to be more demand than they're able to serve, so their prices go up, right? And that doesn't mean that their service goes up in relation to the prices. That just means that they're in such high demand they can continue to raise their prices until they can keep up with whatever demand. Well, when you do not have competition, that's what happens in every industry. So long that we have areas where your data comes from one source, they can do that. But what happens when cellular and DSL or fiber or whatever, and you have 9 companies competing for your service? Okay, that's when they can't do those, because if they raise their rate on data, guess what happens? You just go with their competitor who didn't raise their rate. So I think we're kind of locked in a lot of these areas where you have exclusivity from vendors. And the reason, I'll tell you, just anybody who has never heard about this before, in order to run the infrastructure to you, there has to be enough of yous to be able to run the infrastructure too. And the only way that they do that, they're not going to run the infrastructure and then lose the customer when you switch providers. They take exclusivity. So I'm going to run cable to a whole area. So I go to the area and say, listen, I'm going to run this, but I am only going to do it if you don't let somebody else come in here. Give me a window where I can make my money back. So the pharmaceutical companies do the same thing. They research a product, they get exclusivity for a period of time, that sunsets, and now it's anybody's deal. You get to let other people do that. So they did not sign deals with exclusivity having a sunset, and so you do have areas where you've got one cable provider because they ran the stuff. It's their network, it's their cable, it's their whatever. And if there was a way that we can decentralize, or not decentralize it, but if we can open that up to more vendors and create some competition, then you as a consumer are not going to fear that somebody's going to raise their rate. Now, if they all conspired and all raised their data, that's probably what's going to happen anyway. The more demand we put on these products to do streaming, right? The more the increases in infrastructure they're going to have. It's obviously going to cost more. I don't know that it's going to cost as much as the television side because, like I said, we were so much waste in the television side because you were buying channels you would never actually buy. Or at least with data, you're not, subscribing to data that you're not really getting. There's not an inefficiency. It's a matter of, you have X amount of bandwidth and your customers buy Y. As long as you have more X than there is Y, then you have a company that can provide service. And that competition between different service companies lets services be awesome. I'll tell you, I hate AT&T. I mean, it's one of the companies that I have to do business with regularly, and every time I do business with them, like it kills me inside. So, we moved an office downtown Youngstown. And I was excited because I finally get to have AT&T fiber, all right? They've got fiber runs into the building that I am. And so we scheduled this 30 days ago. Hey, we're moving in here and set up a date for May 31st. And then I need to be up and running by January 1st, right? 30 days to get all your ducks in a row and make sure that I get my internet so I can do a broadcast. And sure enough, they show up and didn't connect it and then disappeared. And there is the phone numbers that you call to try to get someone to actually care is impossible. There is not a number that makes them care, right? So I could say, hey, I'm leaving you as a customer and going to somebody else if you don't get somebody down here right away. And they would say, okay, not even a fluctuation of voice. So that non-caring means that we have a company that's so big, they do not care about retaining you as a customer. So you leaving doesn't impact them. Right? They got a bunch of other people who can't leave them. They don't care about you who can. So, and that's what happens when you get, when you're the only game in town and you're too big to care if you're making someone else miserable. I almost, Spectrum is in the same building and I have the choice of going to a less of a product for more money with Spectrum. And I think I'm about to do that just because I cannot reward the behavior. I cannot reward the behavior that thinks, my business isn't important enough to not follow through, not pick up the phone, not say I'm sorry, not credit your account, none of the things you would expect from a company who actually cared to earn your business. I mean, this valley, we were built on that one-to-one relationships, okay? We had, one-to-one mechanics, one-to-one tailors, one-to-one, just about everything. And then we went all this corporate stuff, and the corporate stuff's for fools, I'm telling you. And I rail against the whole Amazon. I mean, we are so loving the pricing, and we're so loving the shipping, and we're so loving the extra business. But I'm telling you, we are not going to like this on the other side of it when we run all the one-to-ones out, and all we're left with is a bunch of soulless, uncaring corporate people. I mean, I don't know if you're not listening to what I'm saying or hearing what I'm preaching, but I'm telling you, the world where it's all corporate and you don't have those little competitors there. We are running the little ones out of business. They are going away because of us. We don't see that the Amazons are bad. I only see the Amazons are bad in theory, right? And so, but we got to be aware of that. That if we run out of the competitors, the only people who can compete with the corporates, because I would deal with. I'm starting to really be aware of if I can spend money with a local vendor. I'm not doing it for how everybody else thinks I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the long game where I want more individual entrepreneurs to rival their bigger competitors, the bigger versions of them. And even if it costs us a little bit of money to do that, I am willing to do it. So I'm willing to pay somebody more that's in Youngstown to do the same product, let them pay their employees more because I got to pay more to compete against another company who's paying their employees less and charging less. I'll do that willingly, but it's kind of counterproductive. Well, I get to pay in higher taxes what I do. What I'm doing is because it's more expensive, obviously, and I am totally willing to do that because that's how, that's the only thing that we do to keep this stuff in balance. All right, 330-729-9977. Let's go to Carol next. Carol, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you? Hello, Carol. All right. Put Carol back on. Did I really? All right, let me try again. Carol, are you there?
Yes.
All right. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
Oh, that's okay. I just want to tell you, I am hearing you strong right now because I do not understand why we can have the choice of gas prices for heating and electric prices. We can choose different companies to supply it. Why is it that we can't do that with cable? That is the biggest rip-off company in the world.
All right, I agree with you totally. And, there's some technical reasons why it would be more difficult to, to buy the product from a different seller because they own the cables. It's their network. But I agree with you. I think we should open that up.
Well, exactly. I mean, the telephone poles are there, okay? But yet, if you live in a certain area, you have to buy from a certain supplier as far as cable. And like you say, what we need is competition. That's what brings the prices down. That's what brings a customer satisfaction. I just don't understand of why cable is not restricted. There's no regulations that way or deregulations.
Yeah, they get exclusivity so that no one else is allowed to participate. It's amazing.
Right. So I'll tell you, I'm living with Wi-Fi because I refuse to give my cable company any more money. And that's the only reason. I'm like you. I mean, I just hate them,
Yep.
And so I don't want to give them any more money. But I don't understand why we can't have a choice of cable companies. And that would bring our prices down. That would bring our satisfaction up. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I just wanted to let you know I agree with you 100%.
All right, Carol. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it. Have a good one. And let's go next to Denny. Denny, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Well, about must have been 5-6 weeks ago, I got a warning on my. I use a Yahoo email system, and it said that the night before somebody was trying to get into my email system, and I think it suggested that I change my password, so I did, and I didn't see that message till a few days afterwards. So before I changed the email. Or before I changed my password, something got in there and sent, an email out to a bunch of my contacts. After I changed the password, I didn't notice anything irregular again, except the only lasting thing is that I'd say half the emails that I get every day automatically end up in my trash can rather going into the inbox, and I've got to catch it quick enough and then transfer them back into the inbox. Have any idea how to take care of that problem?
All right. So what AT&T is just wrought with scams. So you got to be careful even when they tell you that it's been hacked, giving the password. Now you're probably getting hit with their filter, which can be disabled. If you go to the little gear icon, you can adjust the filter so it starts redelivering those things back to your main inbox. So Denny, thanks for the phone call. Appreciate it. We're going to take a break here. Come back, take some more of your phone calls. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
When it comes to construction, seek out the pros. Whitmer's Construction, locally owned and operated, offering design-to-build services, start-to-finish project management, shell erect, or turnkey new construction or commercial renovation. Regardless of the type of service, Whitmer's Construction provides, rest assured that our highly trained staff will meet your expectations. Visit Whitmer's online at whitmersconstruction.com or 888-427-6025. Whitmer's Construction, reliable resources and results.
A paranormal evening with Alice Cooper.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Alice Cooper, live in concert. Saturday, October 27th, Packard Music Hall.
Welcome to my night.
The new album, Paranormal, is out now. Tickets on sale now at the box office or Ticketmaster.com. Produced by JAC Live. Alice Cooper, live.
Belmont Eye Clinic has your tickets to Cirque du Soleil Crystal at Covelli Center. Stop by and enter today. No purchase necessary, must be 18 years or older. Belmont Eye Clinic, 2 great locations. Westford Center on Route 224 in Canfield or Belmont Avenue in Liberty.
Legacy Box is the easiest way to get all of your old home movies, films, and photos converted to digital files. Birthdays, a baby's first steps, graduations, weddings, the family get-togethers, and holiday time. All of those important moments that you have on old camcorder tapes, photos, Super 8 film, Legacy Box converts them all to digital files and puts them on a thumb drive or a DVD for you, whatever you want. All the work is done by hand right here in the USA. Over 400,000 families now have used Legacy Box to create over 3 million DVDs, every one of them full of memories. If your own family members are still on old VHS tapes and photos, preserve them now, folks, before they're lost or harmed or disintegrate. There's never been a better time to digitally preserve your old home movies, film reels, and photos. Get 40% off at legacybox.com/rush. That's legacybox.com/rush. 40% off.
Sellout crowd of 35,000.
This is more than a walk-up.
Here's Frankie Lindor batting right-handed.
This is stepping up to the challenge.
Now the pitch to Ramirez.
This is more than a hit. This is perseverance paying off.
Swung on and hammered. Away, back goal!
This is more than a ballpark. This is a city coming together.
Snag a duffel bag courtesy of Shears at the Tuesday, June 5th game. Tickets are available at Indians.com.
From America's best-selling automobile to the world's toughest trucks, there's a reason why customers are driving from Youngstown, Boardman, Austintown, Hermitage, even Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So come and find out for yourself at our all-new state-of-the-art facility on Route 46. See you at Toyota of Warren.
Join Ty Higgins from the Ohio Agricultural Network on the Elder Ag and Farm Report weekdays at 6:25 a.m. on 570 WKVN. Learn the best techniques for crop management as well as new products and equipment. It's the Elder Ag and Turf Farm Report weekday mornings on 570 WKVN.
June is Pride Month, and iHeartRadio celebrates all year with Pride Radio, our iHeart original station, the pulse of LGBTQ America. Join Pride Radio for our month-long celebration of love, diversity, acceptance, and unashamed self-pride. Whether you're attending parades, festivals, or just gathering with friends, you can bring Pride Radio with you anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. Just open the app and search Pride. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
Current temperature, 72.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to go to another call here. We've had Joe hanging out. Joe, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Yes, you mentioned a la carte programming.
Yeah.
DishNet probably is the best way right now. They don't have a lot of channels on there, but the Flex Pack, you can get that for about $34 a month, and it's about 90 channels without locals, and use an antenna for local channels.
Yeah, what service was that again?
DishNet.
Okay. I'm still not catching the name.
Dish Network.
Oh, Dish Network. Okay, all right, gotcha. All right.
And also satellite entertainment with a big dish. Also has a la carte programming, but you have to have a 10-foot dish for that.
Gotcha.
You can buy it, but until Congress passes a la carte legislation, I guess we're all forced to spend money for channels we don't want.
Exactly.
Like,
totally with you.
And ESPN and Fox News are the most expensive channels.
I bet. Okay.
So,
all right. Thank you, Joe.
There's no way to watch TV over the internet with the data prices high, is there?
Yeah, if they can get the data down and we can do all of our streaming and open it up so every channel can sell directly, we got it made right there.
But that's not for years from now, is it?
Well, let's hope. Let's hope it's soon. All right, Joe, thanks for the call.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
All right, take care. And so, yeah, I mean, if we force, I mean, that's the thing. Consumers hold the power. We don't really have to wait on legislation that force them to do that. If consumers keep buying this way, let's just say, we've got Netflix that every cycle they're hiring the best actors and they're hiring the best producers and they're hiring the best writers to do programming that they don't have to buy from anybody else. They self-distribute. What happens when those programs compete against the other ones so much that you don't need them anymore? Now it's obviously in another court where now we have one company that's just a different company owning all the content. Now we're in the same boat just with a different company. But it's just that whole method that, says, hey, this is what the consumers are demanding and this is what we're going to give the consumers. And so I think if we stick to that, then the consumers end up winning. Okay, so a little bit about Youngstown Computer, total service and hardware seller. You can get the Youngstown Computer branded computer from us. We keep a couple in stock, so if you're interested, I mean, they are really good performing computers. They've got solid state drives, i5 7th generation processors. They've got 8 gigs of memory. The solid state makes all the difference, but it's got Windows 10 Pro on it. So if you're in the market for a new computer or just need some service, we also do take your current computer and we put solid state. We move all your stuff over to a solid state drive and get you going again, and you will get a huge improvement in performance by that solid state upgrade. So 330-259-7278 is the phone number, located over 600 Youngstown Pullen Road. over in Struthers, you can visit us, youngstowncomputer.com. So great phone calls today. I really love the interactions here. So thanks everybody who called and everybody who texted. I really appreciate it. You guys make the show a lot of fun. So enjoy the rest of your week, everyone, and we'll join you next week for another Youngstown Computer Show. Have a good one. This is Joe from Youngstown Computer Show.
Guess what? Right